Okay, so I didn't talk about this last night because, and I guess I'll just talk about it here. I'm dealing with some medical issues, and that's that's been bothering me for a bit. So it didn't give me time. I needed as much sleep as I could, so I didn't talk about this right away. But I figured, why not now, since a lot of more people are awake. And yeah, so in my last video talking about like the poster for Gamera Rebirth, I talked about there was rumors of like Saturday we were going to get a full-on trailer for Gamera Rebirth and get more of a sense of what the show is. Well, turns out that rumor was true, and we did in fact get a trailer for Gamera Rebirth. Yeah. So first off, let me talk about one thing that has made me go, oh, I'm a little worried. I totally forgot. I completely forgot that this is going to be under the same animation studio as it is going to be under the same animation studio as Godzilla, the Godzilla anime trilogy, which immediately made me go. Eek! It immediately made me just go, no, because I've been. But here's the thing: I'm going to be a little more open-minded because it's not the same writers as Planet of Monsters and the anime trilogy that followed. So I'm going to give it more of a open-minded thought on it. So yeah. And to its credit, it does look like it's more like it's focusing on the monsters as much as is the characters, which I'll get to in a moment. But then again, trailers can be very obviously manipulated. Also, we didn't get any new kaiju. We did not get any new kaiju. It's just Gauss. Well, the Gauss. It's going to be a whole swarm. And Jiger, which we do see in here. Jiger looks cool. I saw the figure and I'm like, that's a lot of purple, though. That is a lot of purple. But whatever, Jiger's back, and I'm really happy about that. So we still don't know who the final three kaiju are. I'm still backing Guiron. Guiron, Viras, and Barugan. Those are my three that I think are going to pick, but I could be totally wrong. So, yeah. I do like how more action. It does look like we're going to get more action in this series rather than, nothing for several episodes. Okay, cool. It's going to be a 6-episode miniseries, and yeah. Also, did anyone else get a feeling that this is Stand By Me with kaiju? Because that's what it feels like. It really does feel like Stand By Me, but with kaiju. And I mean, not to say that's anything wrong, but I really got yeah. So the story. Let's talk about the story real quick. So the story is that these group of kids are spending their last day of summer together when they meet a American bully who is tormenting them, and they want to get back at him. But then they get caught in a whirlwind when the Gauss attack. They get caught in just the middle of a fight when Gamera arrives. So yeah, it does kind of play with that friend of all children thing, which, okay. It really does feel like they're taking a lot of the Showa era Gamera. I'm really noticing this, is that just from the story, like what we understand from the storytelling and from the from everything else, like what we understand from the storytelling and the monsters that are showing up, it really does feel like they're taking a lot from the Showa era and just updating it with like a Heisei skin, which is cool. I do think that's a cool idea to do that, of having taking those elements that were goofy and then giving them like a Heisei repaint is a really neat idea. So we did get to see also that we did get to see a lot more action scenes. Like, yeah, you clearly see the monsters fighting, which is something we didn't see in the the Godzilla anime trilogy. Yeah, and you could say, oh, but Godzilla fought Ghidorah. Oh, you mean just pick him up lightly and just pick him up? That's it. There's actually a sidebar. There's a really cool animator who took the Godzilla anime trilogy and did like cool fights with the monsters that we wanted to see in the movies, which I'll consider canon. They're so good. So there's a really cool Godzilla Earth versus Mechagodzilla, as well as a Godzilla Earth versus God Ghidorah. Those were all really cool. I really enjoyed those. So yeah. you know, the things we wanted to see in the anime trilogy. But yeah, in here, I was actually shocked because we actually get legit action scenes. I was like, this is from the guys who made the anime trilogy, the Godzilla anime trilogy? What? There's actual fighting? There's actual, like action scenes rather than people walking in a jungle for hours on end? It's probably because it's more serialized, that way we'll get more action than before, so cool beans. Which apparently that was the original. Also, real talk. That was apparently the original idea for the Godzilla anime trilogy, was to make it more like a serial, like episodes. Like it was supposed to be like a 12-episode series, which maybe that could have helped. Like maybe that could have made it more palatable, but that's neither here nor there at this point. So the fact that it's only 6 episodes and we're getting 5 monsters, well, 6 if you count Gamera, is I think really cool. And hopefully that'll give us more time to do stuff. But yeah, we actually see Jiger fight Gamera, and I'm like, oh my god, it actually looks, it's a little janky. I will admit there's a little points where it's jank, but for the most part I'm just happy to see Gamera back and fighting monsters, and from a studio that needs some redemption. So, redemption in the eyes of kaiju fans. So hopefully they can do better, they can do right with Gamera more they could than with Godzilla. So I'm very curious. I'm hesitantly curious because I literally forgot they were the same anime, and I know I keep harking on it, but yeah, the thing is, guys, that anime trilogy was just so fucking bad. It really burned me. And I know Singular Point is pretty contentious among Godzilla fans, but I enjoy it. So, and I know it's not for everyone, but I enjoyed it, and thank God for Singular Point to wash that stink out of my mouth. But I do want to give this another shot. We also have now we don't know, they didn't say a release date, they just said 2023, so this year. So I'm going to spitball and say like sometime during summer. Mid to late summer is probably the release date for this anime series. I will also say that it is like it is kind of cool because we're getting like a nice summer of kaiju between this and Ultraman anime ending in May. The 3rd and final season is coming out in May, so that will be a lot of fun to see. I will also say that it is kind of nice because I also want to check out this movie called The Lake, which is a kaiju movie, and there's a new movie called The What coming out soon that's supposed to be like a throwback to 50s kaiju movies, which I'm like, okay, cool. So meanwhile, while Godzilla, and don't forget, guys, we are getting a new Godzilla movie in Japan this year in 2023 on the date of Godzilla's 69th anniversary. Nice. But yeah, so 2023 is turning out to be a pretty goddamn good year for kaiju. We had Shin Ultraman, and don't forget Shin Kamen Rider is coming out next month in Japan. I haven't watched a lot of Kamen Rider, so I don't know how much I'm gonna watch of that. Maybe I'll check it out because of how good Shin Godzilla is, and I do want to get Shin Ultraman for when it comes out on Blu-ray here in America. And we were like, what about the DVD rips? I'm just going to get it and put it official and not make it a big stink. I'm just going to wait it out. Anyway, so, yeah. So you guys tell me, so sorry on that ramble, but 2023 has been a big year for kaiju. The only thing I would like to see more of, can we get some info on that Kong Skull Island anime that Netflix is supposed to be doing? All we had was one image, and that's it. We haven't heard jack shit about that Kong anime series that's supposed to be coming to Netflix. So where the fuck is it? I don't know when that's coming out, but we've had just a mountain of kaiju stuff. So it'd be really nice if that came along too. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this Gamera Rebirth trailer? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. Oh, also, if you want to check out my review for John Wick Part 4, for John Wick 4, just hit the link below. Head on over to my Patreon where you guys can hit the first tier, and that's only $5 a month. That's where I put all my movie reviews on Patreon, and you guys can also be a part of the polls for videos to help on that channel and on here on YouTube as well. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.